Hello everybody, welcome back to another shitty little video that I'm planning on making where I find a topic and I want to talk about it for a minute or two. Today, we have a very special surprise. I am attacking Boeing just as Boeing attacks its customers. But I'm not going to be attacking Boeing for the plane thing because everyone fucking knows about the plane thing. It's very common that Boeing makes shitty planes. I saw a thing on Twitter today that said, if it's Boeing, I ain't going. Which props. It's like one of the greatest nursery rhymes I've heard since Mary had a little lamb. And that's true. I have never been on a plane, and now I never want to go on one if it's a Boeing airplane because I have just seen so many things of them just being shit, doors flying off the walls, nuts being fucking flown off the thing. My one buddy flew on a Boeing to an Air Force base when he was going for basic training, and he literally put a picture. One of the nails on the plane was gonna fly off. That doesn't matter. What really matters is this thing right here. NASA's Boeing Crew Flight Test Mission. So I don't know if you know this. Every time I look it up, you kind of have to delve into it yourself. Like they don't really advertise it that much, and that's because they're fucking it up. However, this is probably the one time in my life where I've seen the community like a notes thing on Twitter be completely utterly wrong. Usually, like it does a really good job of like pointing out like, hey, this is actually false. This is like a picture from 2019, and the guy did not just do blah blah blah. They do a really good job at going through and like and making sure like you have the actual right information. But this time they fucked it up because I looked at a thing and it said talked about this. I'm sorry you're gonna have to see a bunch of ads. It talked about this New York Post, which is why I'm on the New York one and not on anything else. I think this they really like broke the story, or maybe I don't fucking know. But it said that this New York Post, that the astronauts are now. I guess I didn't even explain. So yeah, you might not even know this. Boeing made a Starliner space station spaceship. I don't fucking know the terminology. All I know is they call it the Starliner, and they made one. It's this thing right here. They made this, and they sent it up to space. Now the two astronauts that are in space with this thing are now stuck in space. Now they're not technically actually stuck in space because the community notes was like this is actually false. They're not stuck. They have ample time to return. They can do whatever they want. Blah blah. They're not in danger. Um, that is false though. The first part is true. Apparently, they're not actually stuck in space. They can leave at any time if a major issue malfunctions. But right now, apparently, we just have minor issues. Like 4 fucking helium tanks leaking, which I don't know why helium is in there, but I'm assuming it's pretty fucking important. And also, I saw this thing of when they were pulling the space shuttle to the rocket, put like stop the little rocket thing. Um, Here I'll show you what it is. This thing right here, the rocket pad. That's what it's called. The only thing I remember is from Galacticrafts. When they were taking it to this thing, something fell off the the machine. Like just they were just driving across the road, and like a window it looked like just popped off, and apparently it was a hatch or something. This thing, and right here, yeah, see this thing right here. This is not supposed to happen. This is not the a piece of the spacecraft just fell off on the way to the launch pad. Thanks, Adam Hunt. You got it. OFT during the rollover to Pad 41 as a Starliner near the vehicle assembly building, a protective window cover somehow fell off the capsule and tumbled to the road. After a brief stop that didn't happen, the trip continued. Look at it. This thing right. Ready? Oh, there it goes! Hey, there it goes, boys. It's gone. It's gone. It's fucking out of there. It didn't want to stay on there anymore. You need windows. You need a protective window cover so you don't die from the not having oxygen in space. Nah, 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 nah. Not important. Okay, and then here we go. Boeing confirmed to William Harward of CBS that a window cover did indeed fall off, but there is no problem with the spacecraft. Um, Hold on. There's no problems with the spacecraft, guys. Officials found a helium leak on the troubled Starliner before its launch on June 5th. This was before the launch. Then, once in orbit, 4 more helium leaks developed, with one thruster officially deemed unusable. But guys, Guys, listen, it's okay. There is nothing wrong there's no problem with the spacecraft, you see? There's no problem. None at all. There's no problem with the spacecraft. Astronauts stuck at ISS. There's no problem with the spacecraft. It's okay. I've caught you up now, okay? There was a spacecraft. Boeing sent it into space. I don't know why they got the capability or the go ahead from fucking NASA to do this when their plain bullshit has been very upfront and very open to the media. But I started doing a little bit of research. Because I was reading through this thing, and it says some nice stuff. The two astronauts now remain stuck at the International Space Station over the issue because of the helium tanks. The return trip for Butch and Suni will now be delayed to at least July 2nd or sometime in August. I heard July 2nd to like August 1st. We are taking our time and following our standard mission management team process. Steve Sitch, manager of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, said in a statement. So they're taking their time. By the way, I want to point out they were supposed to be back home June 13th. It is now June 24th. It is 11 days after they should have been home, but they're not stuck, apparently. Like I said, they're not stuck. Apparently, they can come home anytime given a major issue. Where am I getting this information from? Well, straight from Boeing. It says here, and I want to read this one out kind of fully. It says here, are adjusting the return to Earth of the Starliner crew flight test spacecraft with agency astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams for the International Space Station. The move off Wednesday, June 26th, deconflicts Starliners unlocking and landing from a series of planned International Space Station spacewalks with allowing mission teams time to review propulsion system data. We are taking our time and following our standard mission process. This is what we just read. We are letting the data drive our decision, making relative and managing the small helium system leaks and thruster performance we observed during rendezvous and docking. Now, again, they say they can return anytime, but a big part of their whole thing here was I was reading about. This is the crew. Remember these guys' names: Butch Wilmore, Suni Williams. They might not make it back alive. So what I was reading here is the whole point of this is it was supposed to go into space for a little bit and then come back down. And when they come back down, they're supposed to like use parachutes or something. The test objective is to perform hatch opening and closing operations, configure the spacecraft for its time dock to the station, and transfer emergency equipment into the station. During its stay, the crew will evaluate the spacecraft, its displays, and cargo transfer systems. Wilmore Williams will also go inside Starliner, close the hatch, and demonstrate the spacecraft can perform as a safe haven. A safe haven in the case one is needed in the future. Visiting spacecraft can be used as safe havens in the event of a contingency aboard the space station, such as depressurization, fire, or risk of collision or orbital debris. Can you imagine? You're at a space station, and your space station's like it's going down for real, and everything's going on flames. Like the fucking first episode of The Acolyte, there's fire in space. You don't know what the fuck's going on, and all of a sudden you hear over the radio. This is the Boeing Starliner coming in. We're about to be docked real quick. But please excuse, we actually have 4 helium tank leaks and 1 thruster, so we're not actually going to be helpful at all. But just don't worry. This is a safe haven for you. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine you're stuck on a space station like that's basically exploding, and you hear a Boeing Starliner coming to save you? At that point I'm blowing up the space station myself. I'd rather just die. Williams will live and work alongside the expedition crew for about a week before boarding Starliner for the return to Earth. After undocking the next flight test objective will access manual piloting of the Starliner before switching back to autonomous operations. So they're having like an AI do it, and then they're going to switch to the one thing. See, but you don't see any dates here. There's no real dates coming from this thing that I'm seeing. But as I said, a lot of people, and this isn't just, I'm not just getting this from the New York Times. It was a very big open thing. A lot of people were saying the fact that they were supposed to be home June 13th. I don't exactly know the day they left. Wait, what? This is different. I haven't even seen this. During the Starliner's first test launch in 2019, which is when I was looking at here, it said December 29th, 2019. The unpiloted capsule failed to make it to the space station because a software error stopped the capsule's flight computer from loading the correct launch time. So it had a problem before it went up. Is this the fucking Titan submarine all over again, but in space? They already had an issue before, and they fucking put it up there again? What? And they had more issues? What a surprise! What a fucking surprise, man. I'm not claiming to know everything, or this is all alleged. I'm gonna have to put a big allegedly in front of all this. I think I'm not. I don't know anything about space. I don't know anything about the intricacies and the actual like technology that they're using in this. All I know is stuff that I'm reading about and stuff that people are saying. But I have it on good authority. These people aren't lying because it's not just one person saying it. It's a bunch of different news outlets saying that these people are stuck. They were supposed to come back June 13th, and it's been 10 days. I didn't even know they did the 10-day thing. I only found out that they got extended amount today after they were just like, oh, no, no, we actually can't do it. We need to give you guys a 45-day window now instead. There's a 45-day rescue window. So maybe they're not, obviously, I don't think they're going to die. I know I jested about that, but I don't think they're actually going to die. They're on a space station, apparently, like an actual space station. So they're like they're with other people, and they're not like floating through space, and they're not coming down with like a broken starliner. I don't think so, at least. But they are essentially stranded in space right now because they can't fly the ship due to like issues they're having with the ship, which is in space. And I heard talks of them trying to get Elon Musk and SpaceX to try to send something up to help them out too, which I don't know if that's gonna go well either. Like I said, I wanted to go back all the way back to what I was doing before. Prepping for us to complete an agency level review, similar to what was done ahead of NASA's SpaceX demo to return after 2 months in orbit. But you weren't up there for 2 months. This was whatever. Mission managers are evaluating future return opportunities following the station's two planned spacewalks on Monday, June 24th and Tuesday, July 2nd. So I'm assuming they did the spacewalks. The future return opportunities are these are the two return opportunities, the 24th and the 2nd. But they said they had a 45-day window, I think, as well. I don't know how to get this off my screen, but I could say my preferences, but I don't want Boeing to share my cookies. I wouldn't share a cookie with Boeing, even if it was an oatmeal raisin, okay? I wouldn't do it. Starliner performed well in orbit and while docked to the space station. We are strategically using the extra time to clear a path for some critical station activities while completing readiness for Butch and Suni's return on the Starliner and getting valuable insight into the system upgrades we will want to make post-certification missions. See, this, to me, doesn't sound like they're doing well while docked in orbit. It sounds like they're freaking out while they're docked in orbit and they're just going where they have to be. And Boeing is just like, no, no, no. We're taking this time while we have these people stranded in space to evaluate the problems that we caused to get them stranded in space. So when we get them back, hopefully, we will make post certification missions to make sure the next time they go into space, the helium tanks and the thruster will work. But we can't promise no other issues will happen. And that's what this reads like to me. I know I added a little bit more context, I know I hyphenated a bit, but that's what this reads like to me. It reads like they're performing well on the Earth while they are locked in orbit. Williams remained integrated with the Expedition 71 crew, assisting with station operations and needed and complaining add-on in flight. And they're only assisting because there's nothing else to do. Like I don't know if that if any of this was like supposed to happen. I don't know. This is just quick little research of me fucking with Boeing and just doing whatever. Taser NASA and Boeing are now targeting no earlier than 10:10 p.m. EDT Tuesday, June 25th, which is tomorrow. I will be following this story, so hopefully there's going to be an update. But this is just one of my this is another one of my just goofy little on the ground research topics where you follow me as I look at things. Now, here's the thing though. Like I said, this was from Boeing. And this is all their stuff. And this is what people were using the community notes as. Like, this is what I think Twitter used the community notes as to, like, prove, oh, no, no, they're actually safe. They're just in a space station. They're not stuck in orbit. They're not doing whatever. They're using this information. It's the Boeing stuff. An actual thing from Boeing. However, I don't trust Boeing. I don't trust them as far as their planes may fly, okay? Because this look, look at the screen right now. I'm not gonna say anything. This is alleged. This is alleged, but they might have had something to do with this. I don't trust them, and I don't trust that this is everything correctly here. I don't. I'm not going. I would much rather trust the New York Post than Boeing or NASA right now because what they're telling me is something completely different. Like they're trying to like hide the fact they're like, no, 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 no. Listen, guys, it's okay. Their spaceship may be faulty, and the shit may be breaking as like the longer it's up there, the longer it breaks. However, They're still safe because they're on another space station. That's not the point, dude. You were supposed to bring them home like a week ago. The point is, you're keeping these people away from their families. You're keeping them up there longer than they have to be. They're not like okay, they're safe. Baseline, maybe everyone's wrong. They're not stuck. They're not in danger. Yeah, they're safe. Whatever. But are they safe? Are they safe? This is a Boeing plane. Are you sure they're safe? I don't trust this at all. I don't trust what they're telling us. I don't believe they're giving us everything because why would they? They have a bunch of planes breaking, a bunch of things crashing. Their shit's more wonky than the fucking chocolate factory, okay? It's insane that they keep getting like contracts and stuff to build these fucking things. I don't get it. Apparently they knew. Like the issues have been happening before in the Starliner. The Starliner had an issue back in 2019. But I think that's about it. That's all I really wanted to say and do. I don't trust Boeing. I don't believe these people are actually safe. Maybe they're like, okay, there's but like I said, they are safe in the space station, but that's not the point. They are stuck in orbit. Their space liner, Skyliner, Starliner thing. I kept saying Skyliner, didn't I? It's Starliner. And it doesn't matter if they don't care about it. If they don't care about it, why the fuck should I? The thing is stuck. It can't bring them back when they were supposed to be brought back. And if the computer system couldn't dock itself into the space station in 2019, I don't really have faith that the automated system they're going to try to use to land is going to help them either. Maybe that might break. I don't know. I don't get it. Why is this a thing? Please, I hope these people get back home safely. I really do. 100%. I really do. I made the joke before that. Oh, you better look out. They might be dead. I really do. I hope. What are their names? Let's look at them again. Mr. Butch Wilmore and Miss Suni Williams. I really hope that these two get back home safe, and that nothing happens to them, and Boeing gets scrutinized for this again, and they don't get to send another thing into space because this is insane. It's crazy how it's been like 10 days, and now they're even pushing it back. They're like, oh no, we need like 10 more days. It's so fucking insane. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you did, I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm gonna keep up with the story, so there might be an update soon. There might be whatever. I'm gonna do a little bit more research, so I may be able to actually like talk about it and understand it. This is just me looking up quick news articles and some stuff that I found and joking about it and whatever. But if it's a Boeing, don't be going. All right, 100%. Bye.